Hi everyone, I'd like to introduce you to Peter Brown, an author and illustrator. Peter is a talented artist from New Jersey. His imagination drives his ink and watercolor art, and his love of words and pictures lead him to a career in children's literature. He has written numerous picture books, one novel, and a sequel in the works. He has earned a Caldecott Honor, a Hornbook Award, 2 E.B. White Awards, a Children's Choice Award for Illustrator of the Year, and many, many more. As you can see, his best-selling books are worth taking a closer look at. I chose Peter Brown as my author and illustrator because of his ability to engage children in his stories. When reading his books, you truly feel like a part of the story. The illustrations guide your view across the page, and Peter's imagination shows kids that anything you can dream up is possible. In this story in particular, Peter Brown uses the color of Mr. Tiger to depict his adventure. Children and adults will want to turn the page and see what fate lies ahead for the main character. As you take a look at this page, you'll notice that the main character is colored, while the rest of the story is created in black and white. This is a signature illustrative move of Peter Brown's. In many of his stories, this color blocking allows the main character to be emphasized. However, just because the main character is in color does not mean the background goes unnoticed. Peter uses an extreme amount of detail to move the story along in all parts of the page. In his books, characters are portrayed as animals with human-like characteristics. Peter takes an ordinary setting, like a house, garden, or the wild, and turns it into a place where unlikely friendships meet. In both Creepy Carrots and Creepy Pair of Underwear, Jasper learns not to be afraid and to never take more than he needs. These are common themes in Peter Brown's books. One of my favorite parts of Peter Brown's books has to be the humor he includes. He shows his animal characters having crazy interactions with each other to prove his point. I think kids and adults enjoy this characteristic when reading his titles. Now, my favorite title of Peter Brown's is his debut novel, The Wild Robot. This story follows a robot heroine, Roz, as she navigates survival and making connections in the wild. It is the perfect mix of science fiction and fantasy for young readers. As the story progresses, Roz is faced with several challenges in which she has to choose to be selfless, something a mechanical robot is not programmed to do. She adopts a gosling, builds fires and huts for others during a terrible winter, and manages to get several other mischievous animals out of trouble throughout the story. Peter Brown uses this story to teach young children not to fit in, but rather to stand out being your true self. Like Roz in this book, a lot of his characters are humanized in Peter Brown's work. There are illustrations included in the book which help the reader to visualize the content. There is not a lot of emotion shown in his characters, instead the actions show more than their faces. Overall, Peter Brown's work can be described as excellent at a minimum. His inclusion of diverse topics and settings help keep each title new and fresh for his readers. His work brings themes of friendship, hardship, parenting, timidness, and overcoming obstacles to the forefront of readers' minds. In the books you saw today, My Teacher is a Monster, Mr. Tiger Goes Wild, Creepy Carrots, Creepy Pair of Underwear, You Will Be My Friend, and The Wild Robot, each of these titles bring joy to the reader through the triumphant tales. Peter Brown's work creates meaningful connections for kids with the creative use of animals. The application of lessons learned from his writing are sure to be passed on for generations to come. Peter Brown has a long career ahead, and I cannot wait to see what he dreams up next.